Okay, hi guys. We are really excited about this. We are just going to share some Facebook party hacks with you all. So I'm really excited about the four of us being together and chatting about this. I have to tell you that these ladies that you're looking at right now have awesome ideas for partying virtually. And so I'm so excited. I can't even tell you how excited, how happy I am that we get to talk together. Okay, so we're going to introduce ourselves and we're going to jump into some hacks. I'm going to try to screen share a little bit. We're just going to show you guys a few things that seem to be working well right now, but always remember Facebook is a constantly changing thing. So virtual is like sometimes a moving target. It's always moving. So you always are tweaking, changing things. And that's what we found in our businesses as well. So we're going to introduce ourselves and then we'll get started. My name is Megan Slate. I'm a senior vice president, sales leader with Norwex. I've done this for about 9 years and I have done virtual like Facebook parties, probably within the first 2 years of probably about 7 years. And I love it because I'm home, right? Like I'm in the world, like I can put my kids to bed. And I just love the flexibility and the far reach that you can have all across the US. So I love that. All right. Who's next?
I'm Melissa. I'm a senior executive sales leader from Indiana. I've been doing Norwex for about 6 years now, and both home and Facebook, probably Facebook parties for maybe about 4 years, something like that.
I am Andrea Peterson. I am also a SESL from Iowa, and I have been with Norwex for 7.5 years. And before COVID, I was all in home. And then once COVID hit, I started multi-host partying. So that is what I am up to these days.
I am Jessica Montagliani, and I am from West Virginia. I'm a vice president sales leader and have been with Norwex for 7 years. Before COVID hit, I was online for the past, I would say 5 years. So when COVID hit, it wasn't a huge pivot that I had to do in my business. I'm currently kind of doing a mix of single host and multi-host with some messenger kind of twinkled in there. And so we're super excited just to give you some help today on some things that will help with your Facebook parties.
Okay, so good. The rest of us forgot to say, Jessica, good job. You nailed it. So I do single host parties. I do Monday through Thursday, 8:30, and 9 p.m. I open the group about 7 days pre-live demo. And then I host coach about 2 weeks prior to that. I love the single host, but I also think, guys, for those of you that aren't doing this full time, or for those of you that have full lives and you're busy or you're just starting, that multi-host is a genius way to go. So just know that on the front end, every style fits a different person, and you're going to hear that when we talk. Go ahead, Melissa.
Okay, yeah. So I have done a little bit of everything. I've tried Messenger. I did multi-host for a really long time. Right now, I felt like I just needed something different for myself because I think I was getting a little bored with what I was doing. And when I get bored, then my results go down and I get less bookings and all that. So I had to kind of refresh it a little bit. So right now I am doing maybe about 4 parties a month. I do the live demonstration one evening. I open the party. I don't know. I kind of change it. Kind of depends on how I feel, but 4 or 5 days before, start host coaching a week before, leave it open for a couple days after, but most of the information is during the live demo. But what I'm doing to make it different is I have 3 different party styles or workshops that I call them. So I have the Safe Haven 5, of course, and then I have a kitchen workshop, and then I have a bathroom workshop because I just felt like I wanted to talk about some of those products too. And what I'm finding is a lot of hostesses are rebooking for one of the other styles, which has just been kind of fun. So I'll do at least 2 Safe Haven 5 parties a month, and then I'll do one of the others. And if it becomes multi-host, because I plug them all into one, it's multi-host. If I just get one for the bathroom party, then it's single host. It just kind of depends on how it all goes.
Awesome. So I am doing multi-host parties right now, and first of all, I took Megan Slate's stuff and made it my own back a 1.5 years ago. And I wanted to just take my in-home and make it virtual. So I do a 1-hour live demo twice a month. So I do 2 multi-host parties a month, and I do an hour live demo on the Safe Haven 5, the mop, and then I talk about the body cloth because that's my giveaway. And I I start hostess coaching 9 days before. I open my party group, and I've been doing virtual living rooms a week before. And then my hostesses and I do samples. I send samples. And so my hostesses and my sample recipients are the ones doing the posting leading up to the live demos. I try to stay pretty quiet, except for, hey, make sure you get your samples leading up to the party. I think it's very powerful when I am quiet, and the non-Norwex people are the ones doing the posting and having the incredible results, and it seems to be very powerful. And then I leave my parties open for 48 hours after my live demo. Yeah.
Can I ask your 1 hour? So like, do you feel like people hang on to your live demo for that full hour?
Yes, I just did a party the other night, Wednesday night, and I'm doing one stream right now. So I record my demos when my kids go to bed, and then I one stream it the night of the party, but I still keep an eye on it. And I had 82 people on with me at one point during the demo on Wednesday. So, and that's been the most that I've had in a couple of months. It's usually between like 50 and 65, but yes, I do get them on. I just feel like I try to make it the least amount of time commitment for everybody involved in my parties. So it's more appealing, because I don't want to put a lot of time into it. I know my hostesses want the less time, the better. And guests, I feel like committing to 1 hour for their party is very similar to an in-home party.
Yeah.
They would come to their hostess's house
Yeah.
for an hour and commit to that and be done. So that's what I try to do. I try to have time commitment be just that hour demo is what I focus on. So people just have a 1 hour commitment. That's it. And then once you place your order and or book, then I mean, we go from there. But I try to make it as simple and as easy and as less time commitment as possible for everybody involved.
That's a great tip. Really good tip. And you're going to talk about your bookings hack soon. But Jessica, take it away. Tell us what you do, and then dive into those tech tips.
Okay, so what we also really want to stress to you guys is a lot of new consultants will come on and they'll start to do Facebook parties or something online, and the Facebook algorithm is really, really bad right now. And so there's a lot of little things that we can tweak into our parties that can make a huge impact in the post actually being seen. And I hate that new consultants will start and then they get discouraged, and it gives them a bad mindset if they start posting on their parties and not getting any response, because they automatically think, oh, they're not interested, or people don't want to purchase. And it's really not that. It's just having to learn different hacks that we can do on our Facebook parties to actually get the post seen. And Facebook algorithm is really geared towards people that are paying sponsored ads right now. So if you look at your Facebook feed and you're scrolling your feed, you'll see that about 3/4 of all the posts are sponsored ads. So when we're posting, even like on our regular timeline, you sometimes won't get likes or comments, especially if you post anything Norwex, because if Facebook pulls in that they feel like you're doing anything salesy or trying to sell anything at all, they really will not have your post be seen. So I think that it discourages a lot of people when they're starting off. So I just want to go over a couple hacks that I have started doing in my parties that has made a tremendous difference. I do kind of, multi-host, but I also do single host. So if they're wanting to do their own party with just their friends and family, then, I give them that option. And then people that are too nervous to hold down their own party, I will put them, in a multi-host. So one thing that is huge is when you are doing your party and you have a post that goes out. So these are mainly going to be posts that you're posting on your party from yourself. So if you're using a third-party scheduler, you won't be able to do what these hacks on the third-party scheduler post. But on the post that you post yourself, what you're going to do is our Facebook has given us this option to pin post to the top. Sometimes it will say pin to featured, and sometimes it will say mark as an announcement. When you do that, it shoots out a notification to everybody that's in that group. So if you go to post a post in your party and maybe someone hasn't commented or liked it, it's probably because Facebook is not showing that post in that party to all the guests. But if you mark it as an announcement or you pin it to the top, it is going to shoot out a notification to everybody in that group that Jessica has made an announcement in this healthy home workshop. So it makes it a lot more visible to the guest. The
Can you s-
second thing,
Can
which
you
has
see my
been,
screen? Sorry,
what's
can you see my screen? You good?
yeah,
Okay, and then quick, I feel like pinned to featured doesn't always send out that announcement, but I can, like right there, what I did, it just pinned it. Unpin. So I do feel like if I get on my phone, I can usually mark as an announcement, whereas I sometimes can't on my desktop for some reason. I don't know why that is, but just heads up about that. The mark to announcement seems to be the one that pushes out the notifications.
and I
Okay.
think it's so much better on your phone than your lap. And same with the next tip. So after I pin the post, if it's something that I really want my guests to see, maybe talking about like this one here with the bookings. So what you would do is you could pin that to the top as an announcement, but you can also go and tag everybody that's in that group. So you go to edit post, and then that little blue head that she's clicking on right there, if you click on that, it gives you the option to tag the people that are in the party. So now you've tagged those people in the party. They're going to get a notification that you've pinned the post to the top. They're going to get a notification that they've been tagged in the post. And they may even still get a notification that you've even posted that post. So that's 3 notifications that have gone out to that person. So once I started tagging people, and I will do this maybe, I would say 3 posts out of all my posts each day. And it's going to be the main post that you really want people to see. So maybe it's talking about going live. Maybe it's your booking post. Maybe it is a post talking about the business opportunity. Anything that you really want them to see in the party is the ones that you're going to really want them to see. Okay, so yeah, don't forget to, yes. So the live demo tonight, I would go and post like she's doing right now. Okay, and Megan, yes, I was just going to say, these little backgrounds right here, Facebook has created these because they want us to use these backgrounds. So they give you all kinds of options. So here she has the teal one on here. That's also going to be something that is seen more than a typical post.
Yeah.
They've created these backgrounds as something for us to utilize. So when they see that we're using those, it's also going to get a little bit more action in that post and a little bit more visibility when using their backgrounds. So you could do, she's got that scheduled, she's got the background on there, and that will help a lot with getting more visibility.
So Jessica, also, when I tried to tag, you guys saw that I could only tag 2 people. If you get on your phone, you can usually tag up to 15 people, but Jess is like, get an Android, because the Android will let you tag almost everyone in the group, right?
Right. So, and I was telling Megan, I was like, even if you have to go to eBay and buy like a $50 Android phone, like it's such a game changer in my parties that I would go and buy a new phone just for my parties, because it allows you to tag every single person that's in the group. When you hit that little edit button and then you click on their face, it pops up every single person, and then you just go and check off their names, and it will tag everybody in that group. Another hack that I have learned is I really try to drive to my live. So I open up my parties with a couple pre-party posts on Sunday, pre-party post Monday. My live is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock using OneStream. Do you want to talk to them a little bit about OneStream?
Yeah. Do you want me to? And then I really want you to talk about this booking post, because this has worked really well for me.
Oh, yes.
But so let's go to OneStream quick. I am finding OneStream does not like Google. Go to DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo does not track you. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. So you just go to OneStream Live and log in. And this is a service that is wonderful. I'm having trouble recording my videos on my desktop with OneStream Live. So I record my video on my phone. And then I upload it to OneStream Live. It's a beautiful thing. And guys, it schedules for you. You can schedule yourself to be live. Right? Like, hello. It's amazing. So, I mean, you get your time back, you get your life back. It's wonderful. So right here are accounts, and this is how you can get connected You're going to click, I only use this in Facebook groups. I don't use it anywhere else right now. There's lots of other things you can do with this, obviously. But what I do is I schedule each day. I'm having trouble right now when I schedule for more than one day. So every day I go in and I schedule. Right now I need to disconnect because there's a limit. So I'm going to disconnect and then I recalibrate myself every day. Do you guys do this too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to go in and you got to go down here and you got to re-authenticate, and you do that before you schedule your one stream. So I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to go add account. And what you need to do before you set this up is go into your Facebook group and go to the settings button on the left-hand column and hit at the settings and go all the way to the bottom and hit add app. And you need to add the OneStream Live as an app in your Facebook group. And that's when this will work. And then what you do is you just connect your group like I'm doing, and then easily you're literally going to go back. It's going to be slow for me right now, right? But you're going to go back and you're going to schedule. So here's this person, right? Hello, let's get her scheduled. I feel like it's really important to just see how easy it is. Because if you get started, you're going to be like, oh, I can't do that. And I'm like, no, you can do it. Now, I'm going to automatically authorize this because I have the app in and they're like, oh, look, it's connected. Yay. I'm going to go to Crystal Shock. And because I have my video uploaded already, here it is. Now this was for October. So I need to record a new one. I'm going to make the title. I'll copy it from someone else, copy, and then I'm going to change her name to be her name. Okay. And then I put it in both places, description. You could add emojis if you want, and then just make sure that you schedule it for the time. So I always schedule my live 7 minutes after I do roll call. So roll call would be at 8 o'clock. So 8:07 p.m. is when I'm gonna have to remember to cancel this, or this is gonna go live. Be like, click on the little group, hit schedule. It's done, guys.
It's
right?
And the other thing is you may want to share, like, why wouldn't I just make a video and schedule it? Like, what's the benefit of having it be live?
But sort of like
So-
just said, we're trying to beat a system, and live, guys, it's nuts. It makes a big difference.
And
Go ahead,
Facebook,
Justice.
when you go live, even using OneStream, Facebook, it comes across on Facebook that you are live. Like it does, my guests have absolutely no idea that that is a pre-recorded video, because up in the right-hand corner, it has that red word live. Like, so everybody thinks you're live, and Facebook algorithm wants to, it wants live video rather than a pre-recorded video.
Yep.
So I have a little hack on that though, Megan, when recording your demo.
Oh yeah, tell me.
I actually have a test group on Facebook I literally call it Andrea's test group, and I'm the only member in it.
Yeah.
And I actually go live in that group.
Okay.
And then you can download the video from like your group and then upload it. So one, it doesn't take up a ton of space on my phone. And I just heard from another leader who said like when she uploads it, it uploads wonky. So I just found that going live in my test group, and then it's stored there, so I can go back to it there. But I can also download it from my group and then upload it to OneStream. And
Tell
then
me,
That's what I do too.
tell me quick how, once you've gone live, what are you clicking on? So like, let me
Okay,
find.
so once I've gone live and it shoots out a notification to everybody that I'm live, I go into my party group. Are you able to pull one up? Okay, so I'm live right now. So Facebook has now sent out one notification that you're live. So everybody does get that notification because Facebook likes lives. So once I'm live, I am going into my group and I'm pinning my live to the top.
Mhm.
So let's see, pin to top. Oh, you've got it pinned to the feature already. So yeah. So I would just pin it to the top.
Yep.
So now that's the second notification that they've gotten. And then I am tagging every single person in my live while I'm going live. So they've now gotten 3 notifications on my live. They've gotten the notification that I've gone live, that I've made an announcement, and they've gotten the notification that they've been tagged in something. This has made my live attendance absolutely huge because of just getting all those notifications, where before, if I was going live, they may not, have seen it as much. Also, I'm driving everybody to that live starting on Sunday. So Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, all 3 days, I have many posts throughout the days that are talking about my live and how there'll be a big giveaway if you're on that live. So then When you're using OneStream, guys, it's still okay that you're not, talking back and forth to everybody. You can still just jump back in your party after the live is over. You don't want to be responding while your live's going
Right.
because they're like, oh,
Because you're live.
yeah, why are you doing this? But once your live is over, I just jump back on my party. I go and answer all the questions. I put all those people that showed up into a giveaway, and you can give away, whatever you want for that big giveaway. But so my whole party is kind of driving everybody to that live. And also, many times I'm talking about how there'll be, a big giveaway by jumping on that live.
Yeah, I love that. And you do a question in your live. Melissa Toth does what's for dinner. And I started doing that, and my people love that.
Cute.
I just want to get people talking right in the beginning. And so I'm like, okay, I just want to know, I'm kind of in a slump for dinner right now. What did you have for dinner tonight? Put it in the comments. And then it just kind of gets people used to like commenting right away. So that's an easy one.
It's really good.
That's
Now,
so cute.
again, I find, Jessica, with your hack, doing the edit the post, where you click on the 3 buttons at the top, you would mark it as an announcement, and then you tag everyone. It does seem to go better on my phone compared to on my computer when the live rolls, doing those 2 things right away. So I think you're a genius to that. Now, my question back to the recording, guys, you do your live video. Where do I click to download this video?
So click on the video and make it like large on your screen.
Okay.
So this is.
And then there's 3 dots up there, up at the top where your name is, where it says Megan Slate was live. And then
no way.
So then it downloads to your computer. And even if you had you went live in your VIP group and you're like, I did a really good job on that video, like I want to save it, then you can download it there.
Yeah, I need that.
This is why we collaborate, because how would I have ever found that? Oh, bless you. Okay, that was amazing. So look at that, guys. That's a huge hack right there. And I will tell you guys, I don't have any issues at all not technically being live, because if I didn't do OneStream live, I would be dead right now.
Yeah.
I would die. And my joy would be stolen from me, and my family would be like, Mommy has to go live again. I hate Norwex. They don't. They love Norwex. So I'm like, you know what? I hop on and say, hi guys, come on in. I'm so excited. Let's get this started. Hi, my name is Megan Slate. I want you to tell me what you had for dinner tonight. Just tell me. That's how you get into our giveaway. I'm going to show you this box right here. This box is going to change your life. Like, I'm not saying anything that would say like, I'm actually not live right now. No, I just dive right in. I go, it rolls. And if anyone would ever ask me like, oh, are you actually live? I would just be like, you know what? I use this service. It's amazing. I love it. And it helps me serve you in your party. That's what I would just.
Which could be a
recruiting tool too. People can see they don't actually have to go live, so that's a good.
Yeah, I was gonna say recruiting scene.
Recruiting.
Yeah.
Because
I had a couple of people that have said that. They're like, I actually loved finding out that you weren't really live. And guys, this is like really, really bad to say this out loud, but I have used this same live since May. I made it super generic.
Yep.
It's like the whole Safe Haven 5 mop, raw chicken, like everything. And it's been the same one that I've used since May. I need to do a new one, but I think it really helps for recruiting, because people see that you're not really live, and they're like, oh, I could totally record a video when I know people aren't watching me.
Which I think I use mine live all month, and then I just change it because at the end I tweak a little bit. Or Andrea, I used your idea that we're going to talk about next, with your booking incentive.
Right.
But I use mine all month too, Jessica. I don't think you have to have a new live every time. And I love that you just admitted that. I love that you just did. Thank you.
So bad.
Thank you. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't think that's bad at all. I think you're smart.
It's not easy.
And that's what we all need. If we're going to do these parties, like, we have to have these tech tips that make it easy. Okay.
Right.
Facebook tech tips. I talked about OneStream Live. I also use Visly, guys. You'll see that my posts have Visly. I love Visly. I especially love it for the new consultant, because I can share a code with them, and I can just say, here you go, use this. It's a little bit different from my party, so I don't have to worry about Facebook algorithm things, but here it is. I just use Visly. I schedule it, and my team, I don't share it with the broad Norwex world, but I share with my team a code, so they have a party ready to go. All they have to do is log into Visly, get it set up, and roll with it. Okay, those are my
Jessica, did you say though that if you use a third party like Visly, you can't do those tech tips? Like,
So I save the certain posts that I know that I'm going to post during that day. I either use Facebook schedule. So I use SendShare for all of my parties. So everything is cinched up through SendShare, but just those specific posts each day that I really want to drive attention to, I will either use Facebook scheduler, or I will just post it, manually. I'll just remember, oh, I need to do this post.
Okay.
But everything else I do schedule with SendShare.
But I have no problems, Melissa. I can do all the hacks that she says. I can do that in
With
the
Visly.
party.
Oh, with Visly. Oh, good. Okay.
Well, that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'm gonna check on my phone just to make sure. While Melissa, you want to talk about just growing and tweaking?
Yeah. So the only thing that I really want to say, and we kind of have hit on this a little bit, but it's just remember that you're always going to be changing. Like, don't get married to your Facebook party or your Facebook template. I've heard a lot of new consultants say like, oh, but I just spent so much time working on this. And I know it takes time to get it set up, but don't let that hold you from evolving and trying something new. And because it is, we're just going to have to keep changing. The only other little Facebook hack that I feel like I use a lot is in the invite process. I don't know if when you go on your phone and then you go into the party, and then you go into all the little circles at the top are the people that are there, the members, right? If you click on that, and then up at the top, it says invited. And those are the people that your hostess has invited, but have not joined the group yet. And so they're probably not seen as much because they're not officially in the group. But if you click on that invited thing, then you can send a reminder to each of them. You just kind of go down and send the reminder, and they're going to get another notification to officially join the group. So I do that one quite a bit too.
Love it. Okay. And confirmation with Visly, you can do the hacks that Jessica talked about. So I don't know if SendShare is different, but I can still edit post and tag everyone with the blue head like she talked about. I can also pin to featured. I can't mark as announcement right now, which I think is preferable. So just, figuring that way out. I think, Melissa, that's a really good hack too, I have my hosts do that. I say, okay, click on members and message everybody and remind them. But I think that would be a great option too for either the consultant or the host, because that's so true. Like remind, like Jessica, what you're saying, like notify, remind. Like I have to see something like 5 times if I want to like get into a party. Like I just do, because life is what it is right now.
Yeah, I'm the same way. One other thing that you guys are probably already doing that I just thought of because I was looking at this party is Facebook also now allows us to, before they would only let us change the name of our group once.
Yes.
And now I don't know how many times you can do it, but I'm able to do it at least 2 other times. So I have on Saturday, I changed the name to 2 more days to order. And then Carmen's Healthy Home Workshop. And then on Sunday, I changed it to last day to order. So that's another hack, which I'm sure you guys are all doing. But when you change the name of the post, that also shoots out a notification to everybody that's on the party.
Yes,
So
I'm glad you said that. I've done it before and I've forgotten about that. So
yeah.
Yes.
You're a genius.
You'll see people, like a lot of orders will come through because I always close mine Sunday night, and a lot of orders will start coming through. They're like, it's really the last day. So that helps.
And hopefully like through this, you're hearing like, oh, it's not a lot of times, like you were saying, Jessica, like, oh, I'm not good at this. Oh, people don't want, no, it's like, look at all that we have to do to get our stuff seen.
Right.
Yeah,
there's a new
great hacks
that comes up. I'm sorry.
No, it's just great hacks. Like I love just collaborating like this because, I didn't know that. What an easy thing. No,
I didn't do that. That's genius. My last day to order for my party right now is today, and I'm totally doing that.
She's doing it right now. Andrea's doing it right now.
And it really does shoot out a notification. It really shoots out a note. I know that they do get a notification when you change the name. So that's definitely, and it allows us to do it. I know I can do it Saturday because I changed it to 2 more days to order. And I know that it allows me to do it Sunday. So I'm not sure how many days, and that's super easy because you're just going to that settings button. Are you pulling that? Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah, you just go to settings and then name and description at the top. And then you can just change it to last. Yep. I just add the words last day to order right in front of the name of the party.
Genius.
And then hit save.
I love you.
I used to do that on my messenger parties too. And it did the same thing, like it shot out a notification. So I feel like it's a huge help with getting a lot of orders at the end.
Beautiful.
Okay, so while we're talking about Facebook hacks, Jessica, do you do any of this in your VIP group or just in your party? Or what are some of the things you do in your VIP group? Real quickly.
Yeah, I do. I do all of this in my team page. I do it in my VIP group. I'm not tagging in either one of them because there's a lot more people. But I'm definitely pinning. I would say mainly pinning to announcements, stuff that I really want my team to see. If we have a team training coming up or a meeting or anything, then I'll post that in there and shoot it up as an announcement. So the nice thing is all the announcements, kind of you can scroll through the top of the group. So if people are wondering what's going on my team, they can go right to the team page. Everything's in the announcement section. And they've gotten used to me constantly doing announcements. So they know anything important that is going on, they'll know just to scroll the announcement section.
I think that's a great hack. This is just so helpful. Thank you so much, Jessica. Okay, Andrea, you do virtual living rooms, which I think is beautiful. And I love the way that it makes it personal for multi-host, because that's always the struggle on virtual, right? Is staying connected, building relationships, getting to know people. So you got to show them this hack. Are you gonna show them your phone?
Yes.
Oh.
So I can't take credit for this. I learned it from somebody else. Just like I don't reinvent the wheel ever. Like I got my parties are Megan's parties, made my own. This idea was from I believe that one of the messenger groups from Deanne DeGare. And then I also did it with Sherry Hamlin. So I have to shout out those ladies because this is not my original idea. But so a virtual living room. So I'm doing multi-host parties. And as you all know, that like spring, summertime, things started kind of taking a dip. So I felt like I needed to do a little bit of a tweak with my parties, but I just didn't know what it was. And I didn't want to recreate the wheel. I love multi-host partying on Facebook. So I didn't really want to go to a different party style and completely start from ground zero, because what I was doing was working so well and I love it. So I was like, I need something, but I don't want to change like Squee, or I don't want to change to messenger parties. Like this is where my heart sings and this is where I want to stay, but I need something. And these ladies talked about virtual living room, and it was like a huge aha moment for me. And it was that itty bitty little tweak that I needed for my multi-host parties to make them even better than they already were, especially during that transition time that we are all going through the last few months. So it's called a virtual living room, and it's a group chat. So sometimes people think in the multi-host parties that it's not as personal because there is so many people in there and people kind of get lost in there. So the virtual living room is a way to make things more intimate with each host, I guess. So I set up, it's a group chat, and I just label it, I just changed the name to Samantha's virtual living room. And I post a little picture that has like a living room in it, and it says virtual living room when I first start it. And you need 3 people to start a group chat in Messenger. So you can use like your sister or your husband or whoever you want, and then they can get out of it later. But I made another Facebook account for myself for my business. I never use it. I have no friends on it, but I made it one to make as another admin in all my groups I'm in charge of in case I get hacked on Facebook. Like I don't lose my entire business. That would be really bad if I did. So I made my second account an admin. So if I ever were to get hacked, I can always sign into that Facebook account and still have access to all of my groups that I'm an admin for. So I use that second account as my third person for my virtual living room. So it would be just my regular personal account that I use all the time, my second account that has 0 friends on it, and then the host. And that's how you start a group chat, a group messenger chat in Facebook Messenger. So, and then I put an emoji at the front of it. So this last party that I just did was Halloween based, Halloween. And so I used the little ghost emoji, and I put it on front of all of my virtual, when I changed the name to Sherry's virtual living room, I put the little emoji in front of it. So if you can see here, this one is the little ghost.
And
so
I
then,
just love that.
So then when I go to search in my Facebook Messenger, I just search the ghost, and all of my virtual living rooms come up for the date that I am working on. So like my last one was the little leaves. So then it comes up with all of the leaves from my last party. So then like when I need to shoot a message out to all my virtual living rooms, like, hey, it's the last day to order, or here's the link to order, whatever it may be, I just search the ghost and I copy and paste all of the stuff I need to send to every single one of my virtual living rooms, and I go ahead and do it. For the virtual living room. So this also makes it a little more intimate. So they put their people in, they do all their inviting individually at the beginning, like, hey, do you want an invite to this party? And then once they get all their yes people, they throw them into this virtual living room. So it's a little bit more of an intimate place for them to keep in touch with their people. So instead of getting lost in the virtual or in the Facebook group with hundreds of people, they have one place to come to be like a virtual living room. Like if they're all sitting in the same room in this hostess's living room. And it also makes it easy for the hostess, because before I was having like them when I need them to remind about the live demos tonight, they would have to send 30 messages. Okay, that takes time. They have to like set aside time to do that. It's going to take them at least 10-15 minutes to copy and paste 30 messages, where now I send them, hey, send this to your virtual living room, and I put the message that I want them to say in their virtual living room, and they literally copy it and pop it into their virtual living room, and it takes less than 30 seconds. So again, it's less time commitment for hostesses, because they can do it like if they're at a stoplight at, in their car, they can just throw it over there. Or if they have a quick second while their kids are eating a snack or something, like it's just a quick pop it over to their virtual living room instead of setting aside time to copy and paste 30 different messages. So it makes it easier for the hostesses, especially when I give them the message to shoot over there. And sometimes they tweak it and whatever, like they can do what they want with it, but I try to make it as easy and as less time as possible. The other thing is you can kind of see who's going to be doing what you ask them to before ordering starts. So before, when I was not doing virtual living rooms, I was hostess coaching the entire time. And even if I don't hear from hostesses every day, I still continue my hostess coaching, because they might be doing it, just not responding to me. So before, I would just keep sending the messages, and then when ordering came, 0 people ordered. And I was like, well, that would have been nice to know, like, a week ago or 5 days ago, to kind of coach them better. Where now I can see who has put their people in their virtual living room. So like before the party, the live demos, like as we're working our way up to the live demos, I can see who's doing what they're supposed to be doing. And if they're not, I can kind of give them an extra little nudge or be like, hey, I know life happens. Would you prefer to reschedule next month? So I can take care of that before the actual ordering comes, and I'm blindsided, like, oh, the last week I've literally wasted my time sending all these messages and they're too busy or whatever it may be. So that's another thing that I love about the virtual living room. So it's just more intimate. I can kind of see what's going on leading up to the party. It's easier for the hostesses overall, and Facebook algorithms like Messenger chats. Like when you have a chat going on in Messenger, they're going to show things on Facebook more. So it pleases the Facebook gods out there too, to have those conversations going in Messenger. I do all my hostess coaching in Messenger. I know a lot of people do it. Megan, I think you do it in Project Broadcast. I've just always done it in Facebook Messenger. I personally feel like people have a disconnect between a text message and a Facebook group. So when you send a Facebook group in a text message and they click it, sometimes on their phones, it'll take them to their web browser instead of the Facebook app. So then they're like, oh, I can't do it. And then they shut down. At least that's what I found when I first started doing it. So I feel like keeping my hostess coaching in Facebook Messenger keeps everything streamlined with Facebook, at least for now. And so it just seemed to be easier and I can see if they're getting the messages and reading it in Facebook Messenger, whereas in Project Broadcast, I can't. So again, that's just my personal preference. Yes, it takes a little bit of time to copy and paste all those messages, but I just know that's part of my hostess coaching process.
Okay, so good. So good. And I love the drive for the more personal connection. And I think that's what that virtual living room can do for people. And I just think you're brilliant, Andrea. I just think the way that you've implemented it is lovely. Okay, so speaking to Project Broadcast and host coaching, I think you're onto something there. And what I do is I have my assistant send the group link in a Facebook message for that very reason. So I think you're onto something there, where if you're using Project Broadcast for host coaching, which I do for survival and sanity, that is why I do it. But I think there are ways that we can tweak if you are using Project Broadcast to host coach. So I have my bundle code in my mock Facebook group. If any of you want to check it out, you're welcome to. But I still do things on Facebook Messenger intentionally because of these Facebook algorithms, right? So I think there's ways for you guys to find, how to prioritize, how to use some of these hacks that we're sharing with you to fit you. Because, I have to do my host coaching and Project Broadcast, or again, I die, I'm dead, like I can't survive. But there are other hacks that we can use, with Facebook Messenger to encourage, more of that. And I just think that's brilliant. So Andrea, you still need to send me your verbiage, and I need to type it up in a Google form or something so that we can see it.
Yep, for sure.
Awesome. Okay. Do you want to just roll to your how you got 45 bookings?
Yes.
And then
absolutely.
Melissa, you can share after that, because this is great.
All right. So I, back in August, was looking at my account. So I've been multi-host partying and I do it big time. This is what I do full time. So this is just a disclosure. You don't have to party the way I party or have as many hostesses. This is just me. So I know some people get overwhelmed when they hear my numbers. So I have been partying multi-host, and my goal every month is to have at least 50 hostesses every month. Okay. The more the better, because we all know I love to buffer for the people who don't do what I ask them to and have dud parties. So 50 is like a minimum for me. And I was in August looking at my calendar for September, and I had 5 bookings on my calendar. And I was like, oh gosh, that's not where I need my calendar to be for me personally. And so I was like, I had a mindset shift, and I was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to fill my calendar back up for September. So I had parties on my calendar in August, and I'm like, I really want, like, my VIP group is great, love my people there, but I need some like fresh meat. Like, I want some fresh people to Norwex. I don't want to keep going to my VIP group all the time for more bookings. And I have in August, I am in front of some people. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. Okay. I was also building my team. So I had a lot of shopping spree money. So I was like, I know I need to use this to invest in my business to get bookings on my calendar. I'm going to be intentional about it. I'm not just going to go in and buy, thousands of dollars of product for myself. Like, I don't need any more Norwex. I'm fully stocked. I'm going to use this to build my business, to grow my business. So Megan is my idol, and she posted about presents and gifts and the power of a present. She did a video a couple months back, and she talked about kind of along the lines of when we were doing in-home parties, the 2 bags and a box kind of thing, where there's 2 bags on the table for people who want to book, and there's a gift in there, and you choose whatever gift you want it to be. Some people like to put consumables in there so you have them use it and then want to buy some more. Some people you put whatever in there, floats your boat. But there's 2 bags with gifts in it for people who book at that party. And then if the 2 bags get taken, so you get 2 bookings, the original hostess gets whatever in the box, which is usually a larger, more like a larger gift. Or if you talk to her beforehand, she's like, I really want XYZ, you can put that in the box. So she kind of is in charge of getting her people to book a party because she wants that gift. So it takes the pressure off of me nagging people to have a party. So she, who is the one that has a relationship with her guests, can nag her guests to have a party so she can get the amazing box prize. So I kind of took that and ran with it, but for virtual. And I thought, in the box, what is something that a lot of people want? What is something that tons of people want, but they might not necessarily buy? Because, having a body cloth, at least for me, or a counter cloth or something little, was working for bookings a while ago, but people are like, well, that's too much time. I'd rather just buy a $20 pack of body cloths and not put the time into hosting a party. So I'm like, I need to find something that people want, but they wouldn't necessarily buy for themselves. They would love it for free. So it's like, everybody wants the mop. So I'm going to put the mop in this box part, but remember, it's all virtual. And I was like, but I need more than 2 bookings to give a free mop away. So I'm going to up it to 3. Okay. And you can do it however you want, however many box or gifts you want to give before the person gets the mop. So I decided I had a lot of shopping spree money, but I'm also willing to invest in my business because I know how much that means to get bookings on my calendar for growth. So I thought countercloth box set, like people want the counter, people are all about getting rid of paper towels, but the countercloth box set is like a $60 gift. Like people won't necessarily buy that, but if I dangle it as a carrot in front of their face for free, it might get me some bookings on my calendar. So I decided in August for my parties, I was going to do 3 countercloth box sets and a mop. So every person who booked got a countercloth box set from me. And if they got 3 bookings, so I gave away 3 countercloth box sets, the original hostess would get the mop. Okay. And it worked beautifully for me. I went from 5 bookings in September to 45 bookings in September. It was wonderful. Okay. People always ask me if I send it up front. Yes, I send it up front for a few different reasons. One, I want them to have it in their hand to fall in love with and post about at their party. So they already have it in hand, have used it, can post and rave about it. So their guests want it and preferably want it for free. So I can give it, so I can get another booking. 2, I want to bless people with Norwex. I feel like everybody needs Norwex. Okay. So I want to bless them up front because I feel like if I bless them, it'll come back to me, whether it be short term or long term. I also feel very strongly about getting rid of chemicals in people's homes. So I feel like I'm blessing them to get rid of chemicals in their homes and to get more Norwex in their homes. Do people ghost me? Yes, people ghost me or cancel on me. And I have the mindset I'm at peace with it because again, I want to bless people. I feel like it'll come back to me in the long run. So if they ghost me or cancel on me, like I'm okay with it. I know in my mind that that's going to happen. And if it happens, like I just let it go. Okay. So I send the mop up front too. If they get the 3 bookings, I do that too. So that is what I've been doing with my parties. I do my Safe Haven 5 for an hour, like I said, and I have 3 countercloth box sets on my counter behind me during my demo. I don't say anything about them. They're just hanging out behind me during the demo so people can see. And then at the very, very end, after I've talked about everything, I go, you probably wonder what these things are on my counter behind me. And I talk about them. I talk about why people need countercloths, what they do, why they're so amazing. And I talk about how it's a $60 product and I give it for free if they host. Okay. I also feel like if I send them a $60 gift, you have to be a pretty rotten human being to cancel on me. So I feel like it kind of holds my bookings. Like they might reschedule, which I'm okay with, but they're not going to cancel or ghost because I've invested a $60 gift into them. So it kind of creates that strings attached kind of situation where they're not necessarily going to cancel on me if I send it up front right away because there's strings attached. Like if I didn't send them anything, it's really easy for them to cancel on me or ghost me because there's nothing on the table already. Like they're not out anything. So that's another reason why I send it up front right away too. But it's been super successful for me. And I already have people who like book their party, get their countercloth box set, and are already being strategic about who's going to be their 3 bookings so they can get them up. So it's awesome that the hostess books and then they're planning that. Now, will I do this forever? I don't know, but it's working right now. So I feel like until it's not working, why fix something that's not broke? So it's working for me. I have a lot of shopping spree. So when I talk about this with my team, I know everybody's at different places in their business, whether you're new, whether you've been for a couple of years, whether you've been doing it for 15 years, everybody's at different places in their businesses. So one of the beautiful things about Norwex is you get to do it however you want to do it. So I have some people on my team who are doing like 3 Enviro wands and a countercloth box set, or you pick the gift that you want, 3 porcelain sink organizers, like you do whatever works for you. Do not have to give away the huge gifts. I totally believe in investing in your business because we all know bookings are the heart of our business. It helps us grow and get in front of the people. So I personally feel like investing in my business that way is very important. But I know, like I said, everybody's at different places in their businesses. So you can pick whatever you want. You could do like 4 gifts and a mop, or, you incentivize, you gift things for what you want, for the behavior that you want. So that is where I got a lot of my bookings. And then I can talk about Head Start links because that's been super successful for me too, if you want me to keep going.
I think you should pause and wait a second because Melissa needs to share how she's been doing
yes.
this. And then I have another thought actually just happened to me right now that I'm really, really happy about. So Melissa, you got to share that, and then we'll do that in a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, well, so yeah, so I think Megan, did you learn this in Mexico? Maybe, I don't know, but you told me about this idea in Mexico. And I was like, oh, because I needed something. So Andrea, you are saving my business right now because I was in a similar place, like not enough parties. So I just started doing this. I have booked 12 parties by doing this. And I will say that I am not in a place where I have a ton of shopping spree right now. Now I have often in the past, but I don't. And so I had to decide like, okay, normally I could spend a bunch of shopping spree and it would be easy to whip this out, but I don't have that. So what am I going to do? Should I still do it? Should I not? And I decided I need to still do this. Now, remember, we do have choice rewards points, and I've never turned those into shopping spree before. I've always used them for like Amazon cards. But I'm like, nope, I'm going to utilize this to put back into my business right now and turn them into the shopping spree so that I can do this, because in the long run, it is really going to help me. I've shared it with my team as well. And I had someone that just shared this morning. She said, I did this in a party. I had 20 people in my party. 8 people watched the live demo, and she booked 3 parties by doing this. And she has 3 more maybes. So she's potentially booking 6 parties from only having 20 people in a group, only having 7 people watch the demo. So like, I think that this is a great thing to do. If you feel that you need more parties, sometimes it takes a little risk to get the results that we need. And that's okay to do.
I love that, because look at your results. You invested back into your business and look at your results. I love it. Okay. I'm going to do my bookings hack. And then Jessica, you've got to share about Sparkle. And then I think we have to do another training because we are running out of time. So we're going to have to do this again, guys, and do like 2.0 to cover the other things that we wanted to cover, because I have to go in a little bit. Okay, so my bookings hack is that in Facebook Messenger, right, I'm messaging Andrea right now. You've got your voice option, right? Like, so I'm hitting voice memo right now. And so what I do is I go through my calendar before the party, and I'm going to delete this, Andrea, so you don't actually get that. And I audio message every single one of my hosts. Again, I'm using Messenger to make Facebook happy. And they're hearing my voice, and I'm just going to tell y'all what I say. Hi, Andrea. I'm so excited for your Facebook party that's coming up. I'm so pumped. Thanks so much for hosting. I have a free countercloth box set ready to send to you, right? Like, I could tell her right here, I just need to confirm and make sure that this date is correct for you. Notice I'm not saying still works for you. I don't say that. I'm saying, is this correct? Do I have this right in my calendar? So I have you down for Monday, November 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Would you just message me back super quick? Let me know that that's still correct on your end. And I'm going to get your host packet and your gift in the mail too. Just message me back. I hope you have a great day. I'll be in touch, and I'll talk to you soon. I'm so excited. Bye. So that has paid off in huge dividends. I don't mail the host packet. I don't mail the gift until she's messaged me back on Facebook Messenger and said that she's in and that date is correct. And that has really helped, because if people have to reschedule, I can reschedule them before I mail something out. Then I can have a date open earlier on in my calendar. I try to do this like on the 15th of the month when the host rewards come out, because sometimes I'll be like, did you see the host rewards? They're amazing. And then I have 2 weeks to get that packet in the mail and ready to go. But that has really saved me a lot of time. And I am not doing a free mop right now. I am doing a free pack of body cloths and then the countercloth box set for the host. So what I'm telling them is, hey, I'm getting all your body cloths ready to go, and I'm going to mail them to you in your host packet when you're ready. Which host packets is a whole nother training, but that's another thing where I feel like for bookings, we can equip our hosts to do well with their party by giving them an ultrazyme sample, a laundry detergent sample, giving them a body cloth to try in their home. Kind of like you said, Andrea, you're equipping them to use Norwex to try it. I give them a sample of an Enviro and a window. Huge, huge, huge. Also, guys, samples, mailing out samples. I love mailing out samples. I keep it super easy, but this makes my host excited. She likes her friends getting free stuff. So I just have these, my assistant makes them for me. It has to stay under an ounce to be shipped for a stamp. all they do is message me. I don't do Google Forms. I make it super, super easy. They just send me a message or comment in the post. And we tag the post, we pin it, we mark it as an announcement, all the Jessica things, and it's worked so, so well. And then my assistant mails these for me actually, and she just comments, hey, I've got it mailed. And she messages them a video with how to use their samples. So I've just kept that part super simple. And that, I think we mail out 40 to 60 samples a week. And that has been huge for my parties as well. Again, for my hosts, they love that their friends get free stuff and they can try it, right? And it's teeny, teeny, tiny, guys. They're teeny, teeny, tiny. And it has paid off huge, huge for Facebook parties. Okay, so that's my booking incentive. Jessica, take it away. And then I think we have to wrap up and we'll schedule another time and we'll do more trainings for you guys. Oh, unmute.
Oh,
there you go. And I'm going to share my screen and
okay.
show my sparkle, your sparkle idea.
Oh, good. You have a picture of one? Okay. So I was on Kathy Callahan. She's like I guess like direct sales coach, I would say. She does like these Facebook trainings every once in a while. And I was on a training that she did, and she talked about using this word sparkle for getting bookings. And so I started doing this, and like I implement it right away. Like if I'm going to be on a training, or if I'm going to pay even a small amount for a training, I'm going to try and implement what I learn right away. And so she talked about showing a picture of like presents. You want me to screenshot, or you want me to show mine? Oh, you got it. Okay. So she said, they definitely need like a visual. I just found this picture right here with these boxes on Google. Like I just went into Google and just Googled like presents. And all I say is I have 5. So this is a single host. For multi-host, you're going to want to knock it way up past, 5, maybe 10. But I just say I have 5 amazing gifts. Our host needs you, and it's so easy to host online and get a 10 for free. Join our next workshop. This was, and you can put the date of your next one. First 5 people who say sparkle below, they are yours. I've been doing this for, I think about 2 months now. Every single party has gotten at least 1 booking, if not multiple bookings from using this post. I don't know if it's because they're just seeing like a present and they're wondering what's in there, but they have absolutely no idea what I'm sending them. But I think it's just because they know they're getting something for free. So that has been a huge help for me. I'm also doing the voice message thing like Megan was saying, but I'm actually voice messaging. Can be time consuming, but it has helped to get a lot of hosts. And I've done this for years, is I voice message everybody that's in my group. So if it's a single host, you're not going to have that many people to message, but I'm in their messenger, private messaging every single person that's in the group. I typically start to do that on Wednesday after I've already done my live demo. And I just voice message, telling them, thank you so much for joining this workshop. Carmen needs at least 1 booking to unlock some of her rewards. I would love for you to join our next workshop. Could I give you 2 dates to choose from, or something like that? Just like a simple message, but then hearing your voice, that you're authentic, that you're a real person. And the main thing that I think people really book for is they want to help their friend. They want to help their, their host. So they might not even know what they're getting for free. I've had people, book a party, and then like a couple of days later, they're like, oh, wait, what's even the host rewards? So I think majority of the time, they're just really trying to help their friend out. So those 2 things have definitely helped. The sparkle post with the images, and then also just reaching out in that private message and messaging all the guests.
Okay. I did the sparkle thing too, and even during my live video, I'll just say, comment sparkle, and people will start commenting. I don't know, something about that word, but yes.
No, I just love that. That's a good idea, Melissa, to do it in your live video, is to encourage that as well. I think, oh, guys, I mean, seriously, like my head sort of hurts a little bit right now. And I'm like, this is so good. So again, like, don't feel like we all do this very, very differently. So just remember, for those of you watching, like, this is your business. You get to decide and figure out what makes you have joy. So like, Andrea, you talked about how multi-host was what made your heart sing. And that's where I'm like, okay, just because and single host is where mine does. Like, just because something has a lull doesn't mean you quit. It just means you tweak and you change. And Melissa's taking our picture, and I hope I wasn't sticking my tongue out. Smart, send that to me. But like,
If you'd rather.
so important, right? Like to stick with it and to persevere and to figure out your Facebook hacks and work together. Like if you're stuck, like reach out to someone else on your team and say, okay, what are you doing? What's working? What's not working? Tell me all the things. Because we have to work together in this business to, sometimes it feels like, you know, beat the system a little bit. So beat Facebook. But when we work together, we figure it out. And just take a few of these tips that you've heard that really like speak to you and make you excited and start to implement them. See how they go, tweak. And again, I love how you guys focused on you're rewarding the behavior you want to see. What is it that you want to see? You want your host to have 3 bookings, because not only does she get a free mop from you, right? If that's what you're giving away, or a countercloth box set from me, you know, whatever it is, or a present from Jessica that they don't know, it's going to be a secret surprise, right? Like you're rewarding that. You want them to be rewarded and to be blessed by Norwex. And this mission is huge, y'all. Everybody's friends need to know about this. Where was this product 25 years ago before I got pregnant with my children and I was a toxic person? Where was it? Like people need to know about this product. It's not just something extra. It is a necessity in every human being's home. Nobody should be cleaning with chemicals in their home. So this is an important mission, and to bless your host and to give like that for her to be, you know, blessed back by Norwex, I just feel like it's a fun mission to be a part of. Okay, y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so glad we got to do this. I can't wait for everyone to see it. They're gonna love it. And I guess we need to do training 2.0. Yeah. Okay, we'll work on that later.
Thank you, Megan, for setting this up.
Hey, thanks guys. Okay, have a wonderful day.
You guys too. Bye.